mobility flow video, we are going to be going over movements that are going to open up your spine and your posterior chain. The first one we're going to get into is a cat-cow. Come on to your hands and knees in the quadruped position. And you're going to start out in flexion, so that's with your back rounded, your feet flexed, toes tucked, neck down. And you're going to inhale, drop your belly, open your chest, bring your head up, and exhale back in to the flexion. We're going to go through this for about 5 rounds. So inhale, drop your belly, open your chest, lift your head from your neck. Now round your back, feeling that movement from your low back all the way up your spine as you exhale. Press your hands through the ground. Inhale, open up, drop your belly. And exhale, round in. Press out through your feet. Inhale, open up, drop your belly, open your chest, lift your head. And exhale, round your back. And drop your head. One more. Inhale, open up. And exhale, round in. The next movement is a Shinbox position. So we're going to do a Shinbox external thoracic rotation. So to remind you, the Shinbox positioning is a 90-degree angle at your hips and your knees with your feet flexed. And I'm going to take my left arm, put it out to the side. My right arm is going to thread under. And I'm going to hold here for a few seconds. And open back up. So feel that stretch coming from your upper thoracic. Keep your glute on your right leg engaged so that your right hip stays down. And go for 3. And 4. And last one on this side. And 5. Come out of that and switch sides. So remember, try to get that 90-degree angle as best as possible. Create that tension in your lower body so you can keep your hips down. Activate your glutes, bring your right arm out to the side, left arm up, and then thread under. Getting that stretch coming from your thoracic and your posterior chain. So open up and under, hold for about 5 seconds. Inhale as you open and exhale as you thread your arm under. Keep your left glute engaged, especially to keep that hip down. So come through for 4. Open up, and 5, last one. Okay, so slowly come out of that one. For this next movement, we're going to come up to a standing position. So you're going to stand with your feet facing forward, and we're going to do about 10 Jefferson curls. So this movement requires your legs to stay straight, so you want to activate your glutes, and we're going to round starting from our head, neck, all the way down to our hips. So round your head down into your neck, your shoulders, your upper back, mid back. Let your hands just fall forward and come into that stretch as far as you can while keeping your legs straight, and roll back up. So this is a slow movement. Drop your head around from your upper back into your thoracic, into your low back, and allow your hips to fall forward. And come back up the same way. Make sure you keep your glutes engaged and your legs are straight. Once again, round forward. And breathe into this stretch. You might be able to get a little bit deeper each time. So now we're getting into our hamstrings. Let's get two more. Drop your head, round your shoulders. See if you can touch the ground and come back up. And one more. Drop your head, round your shoulders. Down from the upper back, mid back, low back, hips. Keeping your glutes activated. Feel that stretch in your hamstring. And we'll slowly back up into your standing position. Okay, so this next one is a half kneeling hamstring stretch. So come into your half kneeling position. You're going to extend your front leg, flex your foot. I like to keep my back foot flexed as well for additional support. And here you want to make sure you keep your low back safe so that your stretch is coming from your hamstrings more than your low back. So you want to tuck your hips under. And you're going to hinge forward at your hips. So you feel that stretch into your hamstring. Depending on your flexibility, you might be able to go lower. You can also use blocks to hold your arm up. So we're going to hold this for about a minute. So breathing into that stretch. Feel that stretch through your hamstring. Keeping your low back engaged. Got a nice upper chest, don't round your shoulders. Hold here for about another 30 seconds. Breathe into that. Walk your hand down farther. And slowly come out of that. Okay, we're going to switch sides. So now my right leg is forward, I've got my right foot flexed, I have my back leg flexed as well with my left foot. And I'm going to hinge forward from the hips, so I feel that stretch into my hamstring, pushing my hips back. So the bend's coming from your hips, not your low back. Moving forward, and we're going to hold this here again for about a minute. Breathe in that, and put your hands down. Here for about another 20 seconds. So let that nice breeze pass by. And slowly come out of that stretch. Okay, we're going to do one more stretch that is mostly focused on our hamstrings and low back, so the whole posterior chain. You're going to come into this pike stretch, but with this one, you're going to allow your body to completely round forward so you can round from your low back. Grab onto your ankles or your feet, depending on your flexibility. And you're going to hold here for about 10 seconds. And then we're going to roll back. You can squeeze your knees into your chest, or you can bring your feet back above your head. And I like to move my legs for a couple rotation reps and then slowly come back into that pike position. So allow your whole body to round forward. Hold this stretch. And then place your hands by your side and roll back. Bringing your legs above your head. And roll forward. We got one more. Bring your hands by your side. Squeeze your knees in. Round your neck and body up. Or you can kick your legs all the way back and roll back. And then come back into that pike position. So those are some great stretches to get into your spine and your posterior chain. These are wonderful to do on your active recovery day. You could also incorporate these into a movement routine in which you're focusing on hinging. So if you're doing deadlifts, good mornings, squatting, or single leg lunges, anything that is putting a lot more stress on your posterior chain and on your hips and glutes, this is a great one to add in either before or after your workout.